Morena everyone, kia ora tātou, e hui hui mai nei, so hello to everyone gathered here. No mai, haere mai, ki te kaumiti e putia a maki hoki. Welcome to our Finance and Performance Committee. Ngā mihi kia kā koe I te witi o te reo Māori. Greetings to you this Māori Language Week. Look, today I want to use as much te reo as I can, and I challenge you all to do the same. This is obviously how we learn and how we can keep language alive. Everyone can contribute to te reo Māori revitalisation, and as governors, I believe we should commit to this journey in recognition of our commitment to the treaty and tangata whenua. Kia kaha te reo Māori, may our language be strong. Kia kaha Aotearoa, may our country be strong. Kia ora Aotearoa, may our people be well. I'd like to acknowledge my Māori colleagues around the table, Councillor Hills, and in his absence, Councillor Filipaina. I'd also like to acknowledge our IMSB members and the mana you bring with you to this table. Tēnā koutou te aku rangatira, greetings my respected friends. I'd now like to pass over to IMSB member Blair for an opportunity to speak to acknowledge Māori Language Week. Member Blair.
Tēnā koe I te kai kaunihera e Desley. Nau I tīmata tō tātou nei hui I rungi te reo Māori, me tō kaha, mo te reo e Desley tēnā koe. Huri atu ki a koutou, ngā kai kaunihera tēnei, te wiki o te reo Māori, tēnei, te whakanui o te reo Māori. I ngā tau o ki muri e tata nei te mate o te reo Māori, he oi, I kohi mai I ngā waitohu o ngā rangatira I au wā. I te tau, kotahi mano, iwarau, whititukau mārua, te tau, rātau ko hikoi, ki te whakaorangia, tātou nei reo mai ngā kohanga, mai ngā kāinga, mai ngā marae, puta atu ki te motu, nō reira, me maumahara tonu I ngā wā katoa. He paure hoki tēnei kōrero I te mea ka mate te tihi rangatira matua Bobby Hawke. Moi mai rā e te rangatira o Ngāti Whātua ki o rākei, I roti I tō kāinga. Me ngā tini roi mata ka heke ki wahora ngā ua, he tohu aroha tērā, mōu, e takoto nei, e matua Bobby, huri ki a koe, o mātou whakaaro, o mātou aroha ki a koe, e te whānau pani, te whānau Bobby Hawke, moi mai rā, moi mai rā, moi mai rā. Ka huri. Kia ora Desley, thank you for the opportunity to open I te reo. It is so awesome to hear you speak te reo, and all the other councillors that are open to learning with open hearts and open minds. This is the week to celebrate Te Reo Māori, 1972, a group of young warriors that were wanting to save Te Reo Māori presented actual signatures down to Parliament in order to petition for funding and to support the language. It was dying at that time in the 1970s, and through their actions, we can now today see many awesome pathways for Māori, whether it's kohanga reo, kura kaupapa Māori, or whare wānanga. So I want to acknowledge you all, councillors, and take up the challenge to learn more te reo every day. I spend 20 minutes every day studying te reo, every day. So if you can pick up even 10 minutes of learning new words, I encourage you. It's also a sad day for me. The tears from the rangi nui are crying outside for one of our great chiefs of Ngāti Whātua who has just passed away last night. Bobby Hawke, who was a leading figure, a leading kaumātua, not only for Ngāti Whātua ki Ōrākei, but indeed for Auckland Council. He was a rangatira and a descendant of Chief Apihai Te Kawo, who gifted 3,000 acres of Auckland to Governor Hobson to build the CBD. He's a proud descendant of that great chief, and then a further 8,000 acres of his lands were for the further expansion of Auckland, and indeed Auckland is built upon that great gift of Apihai Te Kawo. And Matua Bobby was a great example of him. He's a proud chief in his own right, having restored our marae and built papakainga homes and lived here on Kitimoana Street, perhaps one of the most famous streets of Ōrākei community. And he is a leading speaker on our paipai of eloquent speech makers, and he was often at the front opening the speeches with his kind heart and his loving words. He took his place on Ngāti Whātua Ōrākei Trust Board. He was part of our treaty settlement team, and he was an iconic figure for our people. A devout Christian who led all of our spiritual leadership at Ōrākei, and he was there every funeral for our people to lead the bereaved families in our tribe, for those that had lost their loved ones. He will be sorely missed by Ngāti Whātua and indeed by Auckland Council, as he worked on many of you councillors and with our matarai team. He was there for the citizenship ceremonies to welcome in new Aucklanders to our beautiful city. He was a true gentleman, a giver to many people who he touched. He will be cared for by his tipene funeral homes and look after him until we can bring him back to Ōrākei to have a proper tangihanga funeral at our paramount whare tupuna of Tāmaki Tumutumu Whenua. So moi mai rā, Uncle Matua Bobby, and can I ask for just a moments of silence to remember Matua Bobby Hawke?
Absolutely. A minute's silence, please, everyone.
Kia ora and thank you, Councillor Desley. Ke a koe.
Kia ora, thank you, Member Blair, and I will ask for a formal acknowledgement in the minutes for Bobby. I know our hearts and minds and thoughts go out to all of you in Ngāti Whātua on that sad passing. I now move to apologies, and I've had an apology for lateness from His Worship the Mayor and an apology for lateness from Councillor Philippina, both on council business, and a potential apology for early departure from Councillor Cashmore. Are there any other apologies? I'll then move those sorry?
So I'll drop out at 11 o'clock for about 15 minutes. Sorry, Councillor.
Thank you, and that's on council business too. I acknowledge the reason for that. Thank you. With no further apologies, I'd like to move those apologies. Do I have a seconder, Deputy Chair?
Happy to second, thank you, Chair.
Thank you. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Against? Carried. Thank you.